Hello everyone and welcome. I do not have an intro, but I have finally built 4 monkeys. Yes, it is happening. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not the biggest fan of monkeys. However, if I have to choose, it's probably orangutans, which I like the most. And we are building for the orangutans today, and you can hear from my voice, I'm better. My voice is still a bit weird, but I feel good. If you haven't seen the last video, I had a bit of a, COVID scare. My coworker had it, and then some more coworkers had it, and I was like, okay, I'm sick. I've just worked with someone who has it. I'm gonna have it. But all my tests have been negative. There's not been one positive test. So, guess I didn't have it, but I was really sick regardless. But I'm doing better now, but I've gone back to work, so I don't know, my whole schedule was mixed up, so but here I am. I said that in the following weeks I was just gonna have 1 video a week, and I think I can keep that up for now. I hope that next week I can actually go back to 2 or even 3 if I do the additional 1, but I don't want to overdo it, especially because of talking, and also you know when you're sick and you're like, I can deal with that later, and now I have a lot of things that I have to deal with because it is later now. So yeah, we will see how that goes, but I'm excited to have a video at least. It's not the biggest build, and it does not have an indoor section. I think we've all agreed by now that in the Tropical Island series, we're really not going for too much realism. A bit, but not too much. I guess you could say that the things we do build, we want to have it realistically, but the logistics of this park don't make too much sense. This is an island, and I will show you in the real-time part that my idea was that the people who work there come there by boat, which is something that I will use in multiple of the situations that we have on this. Because, these are islands, so it makes sense that you get from A to B with a boat. Unfortunately, obviously, that is not the case for this game. You can't just put the keeper on a boat, as amazing as that would be, but it's not how that works. But yeah, this enclosure is a bit more zoo-ish in the sense that it actually has climbing structures, which we haven't done yet, but I guess we didn't really have animals that, would have appreciate climbing structures yet, but yeah, we are building some climbing structures for the orangutans here. I think they make sense because orangutans, if you don't know, they built little nests, so I put in a lot of high platforms that are a bit quiet and away from where the visitors are, but obviously you have a good view as a visitor because this is part of the canopy walk. So if you are where the tigers are, actually, we did build some climbing structures for the tigers, never mind. But if you are where the tigers are, and you go to the other side of the canopy walk, then you'd end up in a little bit of a treehouse that overlooks the orangutans. I've also, thanks to a comment, did redo the treehouse slightly, and I did think I want to do a video every now and then where I improve things based on what comments said. I think that would be very interesting to see how, little, I guess, ideas from the comments can influence it, and how, sometimes I just didn't come up with some stuff, but I thought it was a good idea. And so I think none of these would really make an entire video, but I think if you put a lot of little improvements that I make here and there to different parks together, that could be very interesting, to see the comment and see how I deal with it, how I improve upon that. So yeah, I did film it just in case I want to do that video, and yeah, so once I did do some improvements based on the comments, I think I'll make a video like that, so definitely. And oh my god, these little tree things, they came in so handy, like the dead trees, I guess. They came in really handy because I struggle so much with building support beams for the climbing structures. So yeah, I'm not the biggest, pro at building climbing structures. I think that they can look really amazing, and I can totally see when someone else has built an amazing one. I don't. It's not in the cards for me, I think. I mean, I do my best, but I think that my climbing structure game has a lot of room to improve, I guess. But yeah, this is also the first time that I really went into using the faux rocks. I usually only use the small little ones, and then I use the natural rocks for everything. So I don't know what happened, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use the faux rocks. I don't really see them as faux rocks though. I think I just use them as rocks. I usually, same with the small little ones. I think I just use them as pebbles. I don't see them as like faux rocks necessarily, unless they really make sense to be faux in that specific way I'm using it. So in a city zoo, I think I would, actually, also color them in a way where it's like clear that this is not a real rock. But here, I think I do see them as like regular, real, natural rocks. But they just happen to be great to build with because I needed a very flat surface, and they give that. So that's how I got into that. And then the rest of it is just really like tropical. There's a lot of climbing ways and some enrichment items that were hiding in the ground, like here. And that is really just what it is, I guess. And a lot of tropical foliage, obviously, to fit in with this whole jungle theme. If you have not seen a video of this series before, we are building a park upon some islands, so tropical islands. There's a boat tour going around. Did I say that before? I'm not sure. There will be a boat tour going around, and actually some of this is kind of built in a way where it allows the orangutans to kind of come down to eye level with the people on the boats. And yeah, actually maybe kind of interesting the way that I'm getting them on the island, because the staff can really go there. I did kind of cheat, and my settings are not, they can't break out, right? So they only will go as far as I put a null barrier. So I put a null barrier around it, and then I made a little bit of a like a walkway towards the land, so they can now climb over the water onto this island. So I gave them like a climbing beam to go over, so they can climb from the main island over to the what is it called? The island. So that is how I've done that. I did try to do a tunnel, but that just didn't work. I mean, you can do a tunnel, but the way you would set it up, you would lose a lot of the island to traverse non-traversable area, and I just didn't want to do that. I like the island the way that it is. Honestly, I didn't really plan it a lot. I was just like, okay, I know I wanted the orangutan here, and I was like just starting to build, and it really just came together like that. It was not a huge plan behind this, and it could have turned out worse. That sounded so negative, like, it's bad, but it could have been worse. No, I like it. I'm surprised that it did turn out the way it did, because I didn't really have a concrete plan for this. I was just, okay, I have this island and I want to make it for orangutans. So that was the whole thing behind this. But for that, I think it turned out really good. It was kind of, okay, this is a little bit of a story in the end, but it was kind of dumb. Not dumb, it was weird. I was listening to a podcast, and I'm one of those people that listens to true crime podcasts, because why not? And there was an episode on two girls who got lost in Panama in the jungle, and they later on found like a camera, and it had like kind of unexplained photos on it. Like, they found the girl's camera. Obviously the girls were dead, but they found a camera with weird photos on it, and that was really scary. And they often, like, the guys in the podcast often talked about how how the jungle and all that, and I was just building this like happy little tropical zoo with the jungle on it, which was kind of like weird. That was not the thing to listen to while building this, I guess. But, you know, I love listening to podcasts while building. Music just distracts me so much. Podcasts keep me concentrated, and I have such an issue with being concentrated. It's really a struggle for me to focus on one thing. So, building in Planet Zoo actually always helped me. I was always good concentrating on that. But, yeah, in general, it's not my greatest talent to be working on something. To, you know, be concentrated on something. That's not in the cards for me. But I know my ways around it, like listening to podcasts and such things. It can really help me. And if you know how to cheat your own system, then you're good. I mean, that's just something that you learn as you go. When you struggle with things like that, so you just have to know how to work around your own head, I guess. But yeah, it was actually fun to build. It was a quick build. I mean, this is a short video, and it only took like 2 hours to build, which is for me lightning speed. Crazy, and I didn't cut anything from this video. I didn't even have to really edit it. I was just like, it was like 2 clips. I think I took 1 break in between. It was just 2 clips, and I put them together, I sped them up, and it was the video. And perfect segue, because this video is almost done. So like I said, there will be a real-time part. I hope that I will get the orangutans over there in time, because they have to walk across this like climbing structure. And yeah, just enjoy some more seconds of music, and then we will see you in the real-time part. Okay, see you. Alright, here we are looking into our beautiful orangutan island. I'm really happy how the layers turned out, like the height differences. I didn't plan this at all, so I'm amazed at what came out of it. The fact that we're starting here has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I still have to finish up this path. I'm still reluctant to do it because I still hope that we get a point where we can choose the railing without the path. I'm still hopeful. Let me dream. So yeah, let's just take a good look at the orangutans here. I had to add some stuff because they weren't really able to use a lot of their enclosure without these like connecting beams, unfortunately. But it is whatever. I'd rather have them, walk around than it look pretty. I mean, that's a first, but yeah, they can hide around here, but I love that when you're in this little treehouse thing, you get a really close look when they sleep on these little leaf beds here and like climb around here. You have a really, really good look on them, but they still have a lot of privacy. We will get to that in a second. They have this, I guess, I don't know what you'd call it, a lawn down here. And this little island over here, it doesn't really offer a lot, but, it's still there. This is the improved little treehouse thing. We will talk about that in another video, but I know I touched upon it in the voiceover, so I wanted to, show you that now it is not as much in the way, and it looks a bit more clean, I think. So we will change this with the other 2 tree houses as well. And from here you kind of see the tigers as well, if you look really closely. But let's jump out here and actually look into the habitat itself. Or you know what? No, we're gonna look at it first from the boat view, because like I said, you can come here with a boat. So the boat would go through here, have this first little island thing that is connected by this beam, and then they can come down here, and you don't see that much from the boat, right? But I do think like once you turn the corner here, you actually have some like a cool view of some climbing. Maybe you're lucky and they're walking across here, and you also see the treehouse where the guests are, which I think is like a cool sort of backdrop to this. And then this is a little bit of a special situation. Like I said, the keepers or staff or whatever would have to come here by boat, and I made this little like almost like makeshift stairs for the keepers and a little pole to tie the boat to. And like I said, this is kind of empty. This is not really beautiful. It's just there. It's one of those things that probably when we're on the finishing line of the zoo, I will just go over it and like do little things like this, like redo it, to make sure that they look nice and clean. And the boat tour would go through here as well. So I'm thinking I might do something else here. They can come across this path here, which I don't really want them to come across, to be honest. But I hope that they're not really using that, because, okay, this is kind of the trick behind it. I'm so sorry. They are all having the worst day every day here. But yeah, this is how I've done it with the logistics of it. So I will cover this up with rocks, but the keepers can still walk through it, because they can always walk through everything as long as there's a path. And then if we look at the enclosure, like this is the enclosure line. So the orangutans have to go through here and climb over this, and then they have this entire section right here, but they have to, take this narrow path that, absolutely only works because this is sandbox and I have certain settings that they can't escape the barrier, which is fine. Hold on, I want to change something. Wow, real-time building. Oh my god. I'm so stupid. Okay, this, because I think when they climb there, that might give us a escape situation, or they might not be climbing across this because they can't escape. So, whatever. But yeah, this is how I've done it. I know that I could, teleport them in a way, but then, whenever something would reset, I would have to redo it, and so I thought this would probably be the better way. I think this looks so pretty. Yeah. That was almost a cinematic for you right there. And then this, I don't know why, it kind of reminds me of, Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know why it does, but it does. But yeah, I think it's nice. It's not, super well traversable, because the orangutan is one of the base game animals, and, there is struggle a bit with that, but I still think that it is an overall nice looking enclosure, and they can use most of the things. Is it just me, or is that tree just too tall? It looks weird, right? If you look at it from here, it looks weird. It looks like it should be smaller, whatever. I know I could sink it in the ground, but then, the roots of this tree look really good, so I don't actually want to hide them. Whatever. That is a problem for another day. So yeah, let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you enjoy that I finally built for a monkey. Oh, that was lagging right there. I think it is the custom path that I did. There are a lot of pieces in them. So I think that really, the lag really likes that part. But, so yeah. I don't know. So anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know if you're excited that I finally built for a monkey species, even though it is not really like a zoo enclosure. But we will definitely have more monkeys in the future. Obviously, the base game zoo is going to have them. And obviously, the old-timey zoo will also have them, because old-timey zoos loved monkeys. So Anyway, yeah. I hope to see you around another time. I hope you have a great day. Bye.